You've seen her confident, composed ring on her finger, the kind of woman who's supposed to be off limits, the kind of woman you assume is taken, committed, unavailable. But then she does something strange. She laughs a little too easily at your jokes. She lingers in the conversation longer than she needs to. She remembers tiny details. You barely recall saying she touches your arm when she talks just for a second, then pulls away, like it never happened. And for a moment, you wonder, did that mean something, or am I imagining it? Because on the surface, everything looks normal. She's polite, friendly, professional maybe, but underneath, there's a tension. A pause in her words, a flicker in her eye, a moment where her body language whispers something. Her words would never dare to say. You feel it, but you don't want to misread it, because this isn't a random stranger. She's married, and that changes everything. Here's what most men don't realise. Married women don't always stop feeling attraction. They don't flip a switch and suddenly stop noticing masculine energy. When it enters the room, they just get better at hiding it, at controlling it, at pretending it isn't there. But their bodies, their instincts still speak. Their emotions still respond. And if you're the kind of man who pays close attention, who doesn't just see but senses, then you'll start to recognise the patterns. Because attraction, especially unspoken attraction, always leaks through the cracks, no matter how much someone tries to hold it in. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to spot it. Not the obvious signals, not the fantasy-driven ones, but the subtle, easily missed, psychologically grounded signs that a married woman is quietly, carefully, secretly attracted to you. Not to exploit, not to judge, but to understand what's really happening beneath the surface, so you can lead with awareness, not confusion. Let's get into it. There's a strange moment that happens to some men. A moment most don't talk about, but almost all feel you're in the presence of a woman who isn't just beautiful. She's taken, she has a husband, a life, a ring on her finger. She has commitments, boundaries, responsibilities, and yet something happens. She smiles at you a certain way. She laughs harder at your jokes than anyone else in the room. She finds reasons to stay near you, to talk longer, to keep that invisible thread between you from breaking. She touches your arm briefly, mentions a memory you didn't think she even noticed. She lowers her voice when she speaks to you, and sometimes, just for a moment, it feels like she's letting you see something. She never shows anyone else. It's not overt. She's not breaking rules. But her energy shifts when you walk in, and you can feel it. You ask yourself, am I imagining this? Is she just being nice? Is it just in my head, or is something real happening here? This is where most men get confused. Some ignore it, others get caught in a dangerous fantasy, but very few see it for what it truly is, an emotional frequency, a subtle, unspoken pole, a quiet dance between feminine desire and masculine gravity, tangled in the limits of her reality. Because here's the truth, nobody tells you marriage doesn't eliminate attraction. It just teaches people to suppress it, to filter it, to pretend it doesn't exist. Even when it's lighting up their nervous system like a fire, a married woman, no matter how loyal or disciplined, is still human. She still feels, still responds, still reacts to masculine energy, especially when it shows up with confidence, calm, and a quiet depth. She's not used to, but she won't say it. She can't say it. So her body, her words, her actions will hint at it. Instead, glimpses, pauses, signals hidden inside, smiles and stories and accidental interactions. And if you're not the kind of man who sees beneath the surface, you'll miss it completely. That's what this video is for, to sharpen your perception, to open your awareness, to help you recognize the difference between harmless friendliness and a woman carefully, secretly drawn to you even when she doesn't want to be. Not so you can chase, not so you can cross lines, but so you can lead with clarity, presence, and emotional mastery, because a stoic man doesn't get pulled into chaos. He stays grounded in truth, and the truth is this: when a married woman is quietly attracted to you, there will always be signs. They won't be obvious, they won't be loud, but they will be there in the tension, in the timing, in the pauses between what's said and what's felt. And if you're watching this right now, it means you're ready to notice. So let's go deep, let's move slow, and let's decode the 7 subtle signs that she's into you. Even if she'll never say it out loud. 1, her eyes linger just a moment too long, then quickly look away. Most people maintain eye contact in conversation, but this is different when she looks at you. It's not casual, it's intentional. Her gaze lingers not long enough to be called a stare, but long enough to make you feel it. It's the kind of eye contact where, there's something happening under the surface. A silent curiosity, a slow burning interest, a quiet emotional pull she won't speak of but can't fully control. And then she looks away, not casually, but suddenly, like she caught herself and realized she might have revealed too much. That flicker of emotion in her eyes, followed by the retreat, is not a glitch in her behavior. It's a moment of inner conflict, desire breaking through restraint. And if you're the kind of man who's present enough to notice, you'll never need her to admit it, because you already know too. She manufactures reasons to be near you over and over again. People don't repeat what they don't enjoy. They don't go where they don't feel a pull if she's constantly showing up where you are, finding reasons to just happen to be nearby, making small excuses to talk to you again, even when the topic has no urgency or importance. She's trying to create proximity. She may frame it as coincidence, but she's fully aware because being near you gives her something her current life might not emotional stimulation novel. Energy, a spark she misses but doesn't talk about. She may not be bold enough to say, I want to be around you. But her patterns, her micro decisions already say it for her. Most men miss this, but a stoic man doesn't just observe time. He observes timing. He sees the repetition and understands what it means. 3, she shares her emotional world without you asking. This one's not about casual small talk. This is when a woman opens the vault. She tells you about her struggles, her dissatisfaction, her past, regrets, her dreams that faded in the chaos of everyday life. She speaks about loneliness, even in the presence of her husband, about being misunderstood, unappreciated, emotionally starved. And she doesn't just tell you these things to vent. She tells you because she feels something with you, something she doesn't feel with many men. This is her way of emotionally leaning in without making it physical. When a woman opens up like this, she's letting you in through the back door of her life. It's not always romantic, but it's never neutral. This is intimacy in disguise. And it's a red flag, not because she's bad, but because the boundary line just got blurry for she laughs around you more than she does with anyone else. You don't even think you're being that funny, but she laughs. Not the polite kind, not the social kind, the real kind, full-bodied, genuine, unguarded. Why? Because laughter is not just a response to humour. It's a release of tension. It's the nervous system's way of saying, I feel good here. It's how feminine energy responds to grounded masculine energy that feels safe, exciting, or emotionally magnetic. You might notice she glances around before she laughs, like she's checking who's watching, or she laughs. then gets quiet suddenly, as if she just realized she was enjoying herself too much. These moments aren't meaningless. They're evidence that her emotional body is responding to yours. 5. She looks for physical contact, but quickly masks it as accidental. You've probably felt it before, that quick touch, that playful nudge, the accidental brush of her arm, the soft pat on your shoulder when she laughs at something. You said it always feels almost too natural, but here's what's really happening. Women who are married and feel attracted to someone outside of their relationship often look for safe, subtle ways to experience physical closeness without looking like they're initiating anything. It's a deeply subconscious test. One touch can give her more than 1,000 words ever could. And if your energy stays still grounded, unfazed, she feels it even more. What makes it obvious, she often overcompensates. She'll laugh too loudly, make a joke to cover the moment, or quickly step away, as if her body just betrayed her. It's not random, it's restraint clashing with desire. 6. She reacts emotionally when you talk about other women. You bring up another woman, maybe someone who complimented you or someone who's shown interest in you. Watch what happens. Her smile might fade slightly, her tone might shift. She might act indifferent, but she suddenly becomes quieter. Or she may make a sarcastic remark masking her reaction with humour. Why? Because even though she's married, she doesn't want to feel that you're emotionally or romantically available to someone else. This isn't logical, it's emotional territoriality. She's emotionally invested, even if she won't admit it, even if it conflicts with everything she's supposed to feel. And her response isn't about what you say, it's about how she feels when you say it. That's the part most men miss. 7. Her whole energy shifts around you, but only you. There's something unmistakable about a woman who's attracted to a man even when she's hiding it. You'll notice how she carries herself differently when you're near her voice. Softens, her posture shifts. She's more present, her feminine energy opens up. But just around you, she may be professional, guarded, or disinterested with everyone else. But when you walk into the room, something shifts. It's not loud, it's not overt, it's subtle, but it's deep. She becomes more receptive, more emotionally available, more responsive to your presence. Even in silence, it's like she's letting her guard down just a little, hoping you'll notice without making it obvious. She wants you to, and you do notice because you don't just look, you see. So now you've seen it. Not the fantasy, not the wishful thinking, but the real psychologically grounded signs that a married woman may be quietly, even painfully drawn to you. And more importantly, you've learned how to read between the lines of what she says and what she hides. Most men either misread these signs completely, or worse, they get intoxicated by them. They let their ego drive them. They chase validation, confuse attention with affection, and walk blindly into emotional chaos. But a stoic man doesn't do that. A stoic man doesn't need her to confess anything. He doesn't feed on mixed signals. He sees clearly and then chooses consciously. That's the difference between a man who's reactive and a man who's aware. So if you've ever felt that subtle energy from a woman you weren't expecting, a woman who shouldn't feel anything for you but still somehow does, now you'll know how to see the truth, and you won't get pulled into the drama, you won't get lost in the fantasy. You'll stay rooted, focused, grounded in purpose, because at the end of the day, attraction is not a reward. It's not a validation, it's simply a signal, a whisper from the universe that your presence is being felt and that you're carrying your masculine energy in a way that stirs something deep in others. Let that guide you, not to chase, but to lead. not to impress, but to live with strength, stillness, and clarity. If this video spoke to you, if something inside you woke up, then subscribe to Grandmother Minds. Now, this is where men come to elevate, not with noise, but with powerful silence, not with tricks, but with truth. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next video, because we go deeper here where other channels give you tactics, we give you transformation, and if you've ever experienced this before, a moment of silent attraction from someone unavailable, drop a comment below, you're not alone. And your insight could help another man navigate it better. Stay grounded, stay sharp, and as always, lead not chase. I'll see you in the